Learning how to speak and write in English is vital in today's time. It is important to the needs of communication in the global setting. Speak and write in English, and you'll most likely have an easier life. Now, being able to be accurate about it is a different thing. Not just anyone can say that their English grammar is efficient. Even linguists have problems and face problems when it comes to their English, when it comes to their English grammar. Knowing this, English grammar can be pretty hard to teach. You already can't be sure about your own grammar, and then your students will also probably have a hard time understanding all the rules that they need to memorize. Now, it is our job as future English teachers to understand grammar now to the best of our abilities and be able to teach it properly to the next generation of English students.
I personally think that teaching grammar is not merely about familiarizing and making your students memorize all the rules and parts of speech so that they would be grammatically correct all the time. If the teacher's aim is to truly make her students knowledgeable about these rules and to imbibe in them the essence of grammar in people's everyday lives, then she should focus on helping the students develop their practical skills in using grammar. She should also teach them to apply logic and sense in creating meaningful sentences and to be precise with the words they use in order for them to properly and exactly articulate their thoughts and convey their message. Lastly, though there are already standard strategies and established ideas about how to effectively and properly teach grammar, the technique to be used in teaching students will always depend on who the learner is. Teaching grammar is never easy. The teacher has to be patient and mindful because there are many factors that may lead to difficulties in learning. Grammar is very broad and complicated. For learners to be able to understand grammar well, the teacher must teach it in a simple manner. They will start first from the most basic and then continue until the students can apply what they have learned in their grammar lesson. Grammar, like our body, it's complicated. But when we think again, even if it's complicated, everything is significant. Even the part in which we think that it has the least importance, it is deeply important. Teaching grammar has never been easy because as language evolves, so does grammar too. The teacher needs to teach it not only for classroom purposes, but it also needs to be applied by the students. It's easier said than done. Teaching students English grammar can be a horrible task for two reasons. First, there are so many distinctions of language for learners to learn. Second, learning all these rules can be boring. The challenge will always be on the part of the teacher and to us future teachers. Language seems to evolve as time runs fast. Adjustment, manipulation, and planning is necessary in order to teach grammar effectively. A grammar teacher, in my own perspective, must be knowledgeable and should take grammatical error as a moral sin. This is how complicated teaching grammar is. Teachers, students, together with group and environment, should strengthen each other.
For me, grammar teaching is more of a Pandora's box. I see it as a box full of knowledge that is difficult and very detailed, but are highly relevant in my goal to becoming an English teacher. These information may seem difficult, but are very fun and fulfilling to study and eventually teach. It requires more than the knowledge of the rules and technology and theories that make up a language. It needs patience to continuously study an evolving language and desire to learn different terms that seem insignificant for language speakers, but are highly relevant for language learners. Grammar may be sugar-coated by the rules and standards, but grammar is a step towards global competence. They say nothing worth having comes easy. So to be able to succeed in a global level, you must willingly go through the struggles and the joy of studying grammar. Although I find grammar very difficult, I view it with utmost optimism, armed with the philosophy that practice indeed makes perfect. Which is how grammar should be, which is how grammar is, because you cannot study successfully grammar without practice.